Hi, I'm Michael Smith for Nevada Trails. Today I have a very special show. I have my ski guru, Curtis Fong, who's the guy from Tahoe, and actually I have a couple other guys. I had a guy on the show named Guy Rocha.
Okay.
And I had another guy on the show, Guy Foster, who's my heart doctor. But they're both guys from Carson City. So you're still the only guy from Tahoe.
And there's Guy Fieri.
Oh, okay.
Diners, drive-ins, and dives.
I like it.
Anyway.
But anyways, I've been really enjoying your ski reports. I don't know if you have a new vigor this year, or maybe I'm more paying attention better, but I hear you for 5 minutes, and you're working it.
That's right.
Every
day, 7:35, 8:35, 9:35, 10:35, the entire winter season, 7 days a week. It's the Guy from Tahoe Mountain Resort Report on local KTHO AM 590, 96.1 radio. So back with K-Tahoe Radio.
You can't get any nicer people. We were on the wine walk not too long ago, and they had the best of the place. They had the Balloon Man. So you can't lose the Balloon Man, good food, and then just nice people. And they had the wine, of course. So anything to do with K-Tahoe, we'll be glad to tell people about it. And also, I'm glad you said the times, because I'm not quite sure when I hear you, but you're out there doing good.
7 days a week, and like I say, and of course their format is pretty conducive to serve the community, because they're local talk and classic rock. So they're reaching the right audience, as well as providing local talk programs. And we do consider my Mountain Resort Report in the morning a local talk program, because it's pretty much 5 minutes of all the conditions of all the resorts around the lake.
Well, it's very important. For example, I know a lot of people were undecided about what to do today. So I know they heard your report and they said, we're going skiing. So I'm actually lucky that you're even here. I figured you'd be skiing. I'd be getting the call. Oh, I'm skiing.
I would probably be out there.
Because we've had some good shows in the past where you'd have some good powder days, and I actually remember our first show where I thought the buses going to heaven were religious people. Yeah. It turns out it's a mountain.
Well, there is that on the mountain as well.
Yeah, and they pray for powder. And from the word is, some of the people who tend to stay on top of the hill after it gets dark, it's supposed to be a little R-rated now.
Oh.
So the restaurant activity, bar activity, whatever, it's supposed to be getting a little hot. So just things I've heard.
We'll talk about that. That's called the Unbuckle Après Ski Party up there at Heavenly's Tamarack Lodge.
That is it, exactly.
We'll talk a little bit about that a little bit later in the segment. But the skiing so far this season, we're pre-holiday right now. Every one of those major resorts is open. Many are open 100%, like Kirkwood.
Excellent.
Heavenly only has a few more spots that they need to make snow to get that entire mountain open. North Star is now also open front side, back side. Martis Camp, Mount Rose is open 100%.
Wow.
Diamond Peak will be opening this week. Homewood opened this week. Sugar Bowl is pretty much 100% open. Everything that's there. Boreal has been open since end of October or beginning of November. So there's a good kickoff right now to the ski season, because there's over, I'd say, 60 inches of natural snow that has fallen. And, we had that warm period and the temperature inversions where snow couldn't be made. But the last couple of weeks leading up into the holiday season, we've gotten some good cold storms, and it doesn't really get much better, those surface conditions out there at all those resorts.
It's beautiful.
And everybody's gearing up for a wonderful and great holiday. And so we've got snow on the valley floor this week. And so we could have a good white Christmas.
Excellent. Well, everything's just absolutely beautiful. But I'm very proud of you. Last year you had a hip replacement.
That's right.
And when I saw you, you said, I'm going to go skiing. And then you went skiing, and you've been happier ever since.
Yep. I had a few days in at the end of the season, and I'll tell you, the technology and ski equipment. Behind me here, you could probably see what is called the Anton Active Suspension Ski. And that ski is really designed to absorb everything. It's just like a shock absorber, like a mountain bike full suspension, absorbs everything that's on the snow. It's kind of an anti-rocker ski, so it's preloaded camber that pins the edge of the ski from tip to tail on the snow. So it's very easy to ski. You just roll it over, and because it's a shaped ski, it starts the turn and finishes the turn, and has all those great qualities of just a really nice carving ski with very little effort whatsoever. And at the end of the day, I can ski that ski all day, and of course it's absorbed all the shock that's coming up into my hip and through my knees. And at the end of the day, I'm not as tired anymore.
Well, didn't your brother from another mother hook you up with those?
That's right. My brother from another, former freestyle champion, Wayne Wong, has been repping this ski. And we get out and what we call doing some arcing and sparking on the slopes.
Well, we
when
saw him
get up there
arcing and sparking before. He's great.
Yeah. So, I take those skis. Heavenly's in great shape, and they've been doing some great snowmaking up there. They've got they got Stagecoach open this week on the Nevada side. So there's some great skiing and riding happening up there, and I brought some video.
Excellent.
So let's go take a look at some shadow skiing at Heavenly.
Shadow skiing sounds good. Wow, we're back, and I tell you, I really love shadow skiing. It's just, it's so relaxing. It just makes you want to quit your job and go out there.
Yeah, that run is Orion's run up there on the top of the Nevada side, accessible from the Dipper Chair. And, and I have to give credit to Heavenly for really doing some great snowmaking up there at the early season. And then the natural snow came, and then it got all wet and it's solid. But, that snow is going to stay there until May now. So the upper mountain, both the California side and Nevada side of Heavenly is in great shape as we're moving in towards the holidays here.
They got skilled people there. They're really good.
The groomers do an excellent job, and not only do they make snow, but they've moved the snow around the mountain to be able to connect both sides of the mountain. Stagecoach, as I mentioned, opened recently, and that's where most of the locals from the valley head up to Heavenly, and they go there because it's easier to park and access the mountain by riding one lift and then down to the East Peak base to where both Dipper and Comet chairs are. And they opened Mott Canyon this last week, so double black diamond skiing is there. They only need to still open Galaxy, which we assume will be open by the holidays, and the Boulder base on the Nevada side. So right now, a pre-holiday, you can enter from the Heavenly Village Gondola, you can enter from the California Base Lodge, and from Stagecoach. So, and by the holidays, you should be able to enter also from Boulder, any place on that mountain, and get up there and enjoy some of those great conditions.
Well, it sounds like you're having fun already.
I've been having fun, I've to date, I've already got 12 days on the slopes.
All right.
I've been working the hip in there. I've been doing a little more high angle skiing and riding. And, we talked a little bit earlier about one of the other things that Heavenly is doing for off the slopes. And they are doing what's called the Unbuckle Après Ski Party.
I heard it's fun.
So at the end of the day, they have dancing girls and DJs and all that. And they do it at the Tamarack Lodge, in the new beautiful lodge that was put in there a couple of years ago, right at the top of the gondola. And they have a dance floor set up in that lodge. And the DJ comes in and spins, and they have dancing platforms for the dancing girls. The Heavenly Angels come out and entertain, and it's pretty cool.
Don't take that last run where that's when people get hurt. Go up to the Tamarack Lodge and just enjoy with an open mind.
Yes.
Have fun.
So the Unbuckle Après Ski Party kicks off at 3:30 to 5:30. They have drink specials and all that goes on there, and people just at the end of the day come into the Tamarack and party, and then they take the gondola down and you get a beautiful sunset.
Oh, bring the camera
getting down
too.
the gondola down towards the lake.
What are those the girls called that dance there?
Well, they're the Heavenly Angels is part of that group. And some of them are actual dancers actually at Mont Bleu and the Opal nightclub as well.
They got the
so they have an association in there. And actually they do Heavenly Angel nights that are at Mont Bleu as well. So the skiing public and anybody can go in and meet the Heavenly Angels.
Well, yeah, you do the Tamarack and then you go to Opal. You got it made.
Yeah.
Dancing's good.
Yeah. So that's a lot of fun stuff that's up there at Heavenly. But this year, last year, kind of beginning of the season, there was an announcement that kind of shocked all the skiers out there, and that was Heavenly purchased Kirkwood.
Well, you had a very emotional article in the newspaper. I mean, it really was with your heart. And it was a very, very long article about the history of Kirkwood.
The old days and the new coming about.
But I understand you've been skiing there.
Yeah. Out of most of the days I've skied so far this year, Kirkwood, being with its high base elevation, really does capture a lot of good natural snow. They're pretty limited at the village base in terms of snowmaking. They can make snow, I think, to the top of 6, maybe the top of 5, maybe to the top of 11 and along 1. But because of their high base elevation, they catch a lot of good natural snow.
It's a good area.
So we've been out there. I've been out there skiing probably more days than Heavenly so far this year, only based on because of the great natural snow. And this last week, they opened the entire mountain. So from the Palisades all the way over to the backside of the wave, that entire mountain is open.
It's ready.
And we got out this weekend, a beautiful last weekend. Got to the backside and skied Elevator Shaft, skied Happiness Is, skied Cold Shoulder, the open bowl out there, and the snow quality was just unbelievable. And but that's the kind of snow you get when your base elevation is up near 8,000 feet and the top of the mountain's at 10. And so the skiing out there, I've really enjoyed so far this year, and it's only going to get better.
Awesome. It sounds like you've got yourself in shape for this season. You're ready.
So far, yeah. I think my hip is maybe about 95% there. I'm skiing. I'm starting to ski the steeper angle stuff up off of Sentinel Bowl and up off of Chair 6, and I need to do that to be able to work that hip and be able to angulate a little steeper angles and be able to roll off the skis and get, upper body in that downhill position to go. So, yeah.
You got the technology too. So you got the technology, you're in shape,
Yeah,
you sound, and you
exactly.
know the terrain like better than anybody else.
Yeah.
You're the best ski report person there out there, no matter what.
Oh, I appreciate you saying
I don't
that.
care what anyone says. Oh, well, you're up at dawn working it
Every day.
every day. I know that. I know what it takes for you to do it. So you're talking to somebody who's been listening. You're getting up at dawn for years, and then making sure your 5 minutes to 8 minutes was last year, I think.
Yeah.
Was always professional and very clear, and people can make the right decisions.
Yeah.
So it's awesome. And,
That's pretty cool. I've been doing it for a real long time, and but that's what gets me excited every morning about skiing is getting all those reports in every morning and figuring out where everything is out there, and talking about Kirkwood, one of my favorite runs is buckboard. They're off of Chair 11, so I've got some video of that.
I like that.
Let's go take a look at that.
Sounds good. Kirkwood, here we come. Well, we're back, and I tell you, I really love the skiing shows that you when you come on. And one thing about Kirkwood, it looks great, but Deb and I are looking for we're kind of we haven't skied in a while. And
Yeah.
we want to get back and relearn how to do it. It's embarrassing
Yeah.
living in a ski resort and not skiing, but after some health challenges, I need to figure out a way to do it where I don't get the ego too high and do it right.
Yeah.
So I want to look for a place to start.
Well, I'm glad you asked.
I figured you're the best one.
You know, obviously every major resort around, and even the minor resorts, teach skiing. You know, you saw some great video footage there from Kirkwood. And of course, you know, I was there in the early years as a photographer and became an advertising and PR director, so I know that mountain extremely well. And I remember one year when they built Chair 7, and I was probably tying rebarb that summer for the foundation of what was called the House Honnenkam that was constructed there originally. Now they call it Timber Creek. At Kirkwood. So as you come in, it's on the right side of the road, not all the way into the mountain village. But the Timber Creek base area houses what's called the Tahoe Learning Center.
All right.
And it's a great opportunity there to teach young kids, to teach adults from the get-go skiing and snowboarding. So I'd recommend probably going up to Kirkwood and going to the Timber Creek base and checking in there. They have children's programs, they have adult programs, they have for both skiing and snowboarding, and it all stems right there. And that base area is truly where I taught my kids to ski.
Excellent, because being a Barton Hospital volunteer, I'm aware of ski injuries.
Yeah.
And does Barton have a place at the bottom of the hill of Kirkwood too? I know they're at.
I believe the Barton runs all the medical clinics
Yeah.
at Kirkwood as well as at Heavenly.
So I want to get trained
resorts.
so I don't see those people.
Exactly.
I don't want to be in that little sled my neighbor does. Ron, he's one of those guys that helps people get hurt up at Heavenly. Mm-hmm. And it's the long ride, so I want to make sure I have both skis when I get down the hill, and you know I don't hurt anybody. Because I heard some people get hurt with their ski falls off and it goes flying down and hits somebody.
Well, you know
I want to do everything right.
They have all the ski breaks, and really that is what you want to be able to do. You know, a lot of friends try to teach teach friends skiing. That don't work.
I know Justin, the intern here. His friends just took off, and he was like chasing him with his snowboard. And they'd like jumped a creek and he didn't make it. Well, he just started skiing or snowboarding. So don't let your ego try to follow people that have the experience.
Yeah, you know, the first rule of thumb is take a professional lesson and move up the ranks until you have fun.
Yeah.
You know, because they're going to teach you how to ski and ride properly. They're going to teach you the proper etiquette and all the safety information about skiing and riding, and so that's what I recommend is learning properly from the get-go. And truly, 2 or 3 lessons, you're able to negotiate skiing or riding anywhere on those intermediate slopes.
Well, I remember.
So that's only time investment you need to make, and after that, you can have fun.
You gave me some deep skiing video once. You kind of went the wrong direction, but
But
you had a GPS to get yourself back home.
Yeah.
So I mean, at your level, it can happen to anybody, and so having the right equipment to find your way back home was smart too. So there's a lot of things that that people don't know, and I want to make sure that gets out there. And same with me. Get out of bounds to get home if I make the mistake.
Well, you know, they have all the apps now. As long as you got cell service, they have all these apps for smartphones that you could GPS, find out where your location is in relationship to everything else. So a lot of people are starting to get on board with that. Most of the ski resorts now do in fact have Wi-Fi, so in the lodges and places like that, so you can take a look at some of those programs or apps or whatever. And most of the resorts, I mean, I remember the early years, there was no cell service out at Kirkwood, and now there is.
Excellent.
So, I mean, so it just gets better and better. So, and even though a lot of people do get out into the backcountry, you know, there may not be, and it could get in trouble as well. But there could be cell service available there. So you definitely do want to take your smartphone or things along that
There's a little device that you just press and you can sends out a signal and people track you down.
So but for people that want to learn to ski or snowboard, you know, I just get back to the basics. Take the beginner lesson and go through the lesson series because they are professionals and are able to translate the language that you need to know to be able to understand and translate to have your body do those mechanics.
I also heard that there's a ski professional who at Heavenly that helps disabled people ski.
Yeah, there is a disabled program that they have at Heavenly. Kirkwood in the early years had a disabled blind skier program.
That's what my wife was on.
Oh, is that right?
She's legally blind, and she had a great time.
I was a certified instructor for the blind back in I guess I'd want to say the late 70s, early 80s. It was called KIBS, Kirkwood Instruction for Blind Skiers. As a matter of fact, I was able to do some PR for them while I was doing advertising and public relations for Kirkwood. And in 1984, I was fortunate enough to be selected as a U.S. ski team photographer.
Excellent.
To go to the Handicap Olympics, which were held in Innsbruck, Austria. So I went with the team for 2 weeks to Europe and documented the Kirkwood Blind Ski Program.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Well, you also said real quick that you're also involved with the Winter Special Olympics at Diamond Peak.
Yes. So from that aspect, yeah. The Special Olympics, the Winter Olympics, Northern California, Nevada Special Olympics, Diamond Peak Resort has been hosting that the last several years, and I'm fortunate enough to be able to get the time to be able to help MC their celebrity ski races, and that's a heck of a lot.
It's a good cause.
They bring a lot of celebrities in from television, and they have other corporations that sponsor these teams, and it's a heck of a lot of fun. And so, Diamond Peak is another great resort up at Incline Village. And, you talk about, Nevada trails. One of the beautiful Nevada trails off of that mountain is called Crystal Ridge.
Exactly.
Off their lift. So I've got some video of that too.
Sounds good.
You want to go take a look
Well,
at that?
thank you for being on the show, and we're going to leave with some great video, and we'll throw your information on the contact information on the credits.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to get to my ski report and see it every day, they can go to bikeandskitahoe.com.
Excellent.
All
Well,
right.
thank you, Chris, for being on the Nevada Trails.
Well, thanks for having me on.
Enjoy the clip and quit your job, go skiing. Have fun.